Hey guys, what is up? Doda Games here, and today I'm bringing you the second part to my, Space Engineers tutorial series. Now, in the last tutorial, I basically set up all these settings for you, and today we're going to be, jumping into the world for the first time. Now, when you click OK, it starts generating this world, and you will get a message or a it's really a message, and they change from time to time. Well, they change every time you load in, but yeah, so this loading screen usually doesn't take too long. It might take a little longer because I'm recording, but yeah, depends on your PC as well. This game can be quite intensive, but as I said in the first tutorial, I've got a fairly high-end PC, so it's pretty much a non-issue. And when you spawn in, you might want to wait a couple of seconds just to load the world fully. And yeah, so the world's in. So I'm going to talk about the controls first up. So as you can see, I can look around by moving my mouse. So up, down, left, right, and anywhere in between. Something's making a noise. I don't know what. Anyway, W, A, S, and D move your character forwards, backwards, left, and right. Now the next button, once you get this all sorted out, this is pretty much default with every game. Once you get this sorted out, X turns your jetpack on, so space will move you up, C will move you down, W, S, A, D will move you backwards, forwards, or forwards, backwards, left and right. So forwards, backwards is S, A is left, and D is right. Also, first thing you'll probably notice is direction is relative to where you are. So you basically just look and move. Now Q rotates you to the left and E rotates you to the right. That's something you'll want to... These controls are something you want to handle, or get used to pretty quick. And when you want to turn off your jetpack, you just press X again. Now, when you're in jetpack mode or any flying ship, if you press Z, it turns your inertia dampeners off, which basically means you will fly forever if you turn them off. At the speed, you'll fly forever at the speed you're going. So if I start going, say, 3 meters a second and turn my inertia dampeners off, you'll see in the bottom left-hand corner I have all these stats, and the fourth one from the bottom shows you my speed. I turn the inertia dampeners back on, that goes down. So I'm going to turn my jetpack off and explain the heads-up display. So in the bottom left-hand corner you have all your stats, which has things like your health, your jetpack on and off, your dampeners on and off, your lights, which can be controlled by L, on and off, your mass, which is 130 kilos. That doesn't really matter. Since we're in space, there's usually no gravity, so that doesn't matter. Your speed, which matters quite a bit, 6 meters a second is walking speed, 11 meters a second is sprinting speed. Your energy, now that, if that goes down to 0, you will die, and I'll explain that after. Your volume is also capacity, that's how much you can carry. So basically it's how much you can put in your bag. It's not done by weight, and I have no idea what radio means. So yeah. Bottom middle of your screen, that's your hotbar. You can't scroll through them, you have to use the number buttons. But yeah, so I'm just going to press 0 to go to my hand. You also, if you press Control 1, or no, is it Shift? Shift 1, 2, 3, 4, you get 4 sets of inventory. The bottom right hand side shows you how much gravity there is. So if I fly out here, come on game, don't fail me now. If I fly all the way out here, you'll see that it goes red and says there is no gravity. If I fly back, gravity goes to 1g, which basically means it's 1 times normal gravity. Now that we've got the controls out of the way, we can check our inventory by pressing I. That shows our inventory. So this is our inventory right now. If I put stuff in here, it won't go by this many squares. It'll go by this volume here. So if I put things that are a bunch of 1 liters, I could have theoretically 4,000 items in my inventory. Also, if you want to drop something, you click and drag to this button down here, right down in the bottom middle. Also, on the right hand side, if you're accessing an item with inventory, that will show up here. Also, if you go up here to control panel, it will actually, I'm going to go to an item like this cargo container here. Now, you can press I on it or K. I usually just press K, but it shows you all the connected inventories on this side. If you go over to control panel, it shows you all the items that are connected to this one base station. So there's batteries, connectors, we'll explain all this after. Production is all the stuff you're making in the connected inventories at once. Info and factions, they're more multiplayer stuff and I don't really go into them. So what next? I suppose we'll do more inventory stuff. If you press G, it goes into the blocks and items you can use. Now if you go into character tools, actually no, we'll go to we'll stay at this for the moment. If you right click down the bottom here, all the items will move, and if you right click up here, all the items will go to the first spot available in your inventory. Now let's go over here to character tools and collect the welder, the grinder, and the hand drill. Now you can also click and drag if you want to put it in certain locations, but I usually just right click. That's a left click and drag, by the way. Now the welder, this is the item you'll be using to craft any physical items such as blocks down here, which are outlined by a green or a yellow or a red square depending on their status. The grinder will destroy any crafted blocks that you've made. So if we left click right now, you see it destroys, and you'll pick up your item, the items that you've taken. See, I'm just pressing I to access my inventory. And if you grab your welder, and you left click, you will replace it, and you see we neither gained nor lost anything. That's with all items if you're using these two tools. Now if you use the hand drill and start destroying stuff, you will lose the items. But the hand drill is usually used for mining stuff like rock. So if I turn my jetpack on by pressing X, I can move around this asteroid. Like I said earlier, position is relative, and you'll see there's a unique feature to the tip of this drill. It will show close by ores to you. Now there are two modes to this drill. You can either left click, which will give you the stuff, and you have to press T to collect it. That's stone, so I'm not going to collect it. But that little bit there is not collectible. But you see, I'm not having a good day here. If I left click, you'll see that the items are collectible, like this piece of iron ore here, or 132 pieces. But if I right click on, say, this stone, you'll see I can't collect it. Even if I right click on this iron that's down here, you'll see I still can't collect it. They're just bits of rock I can't collect. But if I left click on the stone or the iron, you'll see that they are able to be collected. And I'm just pressing T to collect them. Now you can hold T and your left click to collect both at once, which is quite nifty. You see I was collecting stuff right there. That's stone. I'll pick it up anyway. So now let's go back to the base, and I'll explain some of the stuff that's around here. Like, as I'm doing now, I'm just flying space and C, as I said before, to go up and down. Now, looking around here, you've got 3 ships, which we'll get into in a later episode. You've got a solar array here connected to 2 batteries, which have a beacon or an antenna platform on top. Right here, you've got some sort of contraption that I've never used, and I usually change this into something else. We'll get into that into a later video. Over here, oh, I just took damage. This will be a good time to show you what to do. When you take damage, you need to come over to a medical room. Now, if you've got auto healing on, it will regenerate slowly, but this is always going to be faster. So you need to go to this yellow panel here. Anything that you can interact with will be yellow, and just hold down T. And as you'll see in the bottom left-hand corner, my health just went from 97 to 100%. Also, if you're very observant, my energy also went up to 68%. Now, your energy is basically what allows you to use tools, but your energy, and your jetpack as well, but it will also go down by just you breathing. So it just goes down slowly over the time, and you can recollect it by pressing T on this medical bay. As you see, it goes up. But a quicker way to do it is if you come over to a cockpit of sorts and press T to get into it, you'll see that goes up much, much quicker. And it's just T to interact with these items. And yeah, so I think you can press T on these as well. No, you can't. I'm pressing T right now and you can't use them. But going into what else is here, we've got our storage array. So we've got cargo containers, we've got a nuclear reactor which generates power, got a refinery here which will refine ores such as our iron into bars. We've got the assembler which will make all our items. We've got some framework here. We've also got a beacon, and that over there is a connector for a spacecraft. We've also got a gravity generator here, these landing gear things, which I don't know what they're being used for, except to hold that block, and we've got another spaceship in here, which is a large spaceship, so we can travel around inside it and see what's happening. So I think that's about it for this video here, guys. Thank you so much for watching. There's also another spaceship up here, over there. But yeah, so thank you guys for watching. Please don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next tutorial. Thanks, guys.